confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 827 with 20 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 7 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's Wednesday, October 27th. Some immunocompromised individuals may get a fourth COVID-19 shot. That's according to updated guidelines from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC says people with certain health conditions that make them moderately or severely immunocompromised may get a fourth dose of a mRNA vaccine, that's Pfizer or Moderna. The CDC authorized a third dose for certain immunocompromised people ages 18 and older in August. The agency said a third dose was necessary because the immunocompromised may not have had a complete immune response from the first 2 doses. Over the summer, a study from Johns Hopkins University showed that vaccinated immunocompromised people were 485 times more likely to end up in hospitals or die from the coronavirus compared to most vaccinated people. The CDC said fully vaccinated immunocompromised people made up about 44% of the breakthrough cases that required hospitalization. People who are immunocompromised are also more likely to transmit the virus to those who had close contact with them. Research showed that a booster dose enhanced the antibody response to the vaccine in certain immunocompromised people. A fourth shot would be taken at least 6 months after completing the third mRNA vaccine dose. At this time, the CDC does not have a recommendation about the fourth shot. The agency says people should talk to their doctors to determine if it is needed. Pharmaceutical company Merck agreed to let other drug makers produce its COVID-19 pill. Molnupiravir is the first pill that has been shown to treat the disease. People could take the antiviral pill at home to reduce their symptoms and speed up recovery. Merck reported this month that the drug cut hospitalizations and deaths by half among patients with early symptoms of COVID-19. The company requested its pill be licensed by both the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the European Medicines Agency. Those decisions could come within weeks. Meanwhile, a United Nations-backed public health organization called Medicines Patent Pool says it signed a voluntary licensing agreement for the drug with Merck and its partner Ridgeback Biotherapeutics. The agreement allows the Medicines Patent Pool to grant further licenses to qualified companies who are approved to make the drug. Neither drug maker will receive royalties under the agreement for as long as the World Health Organization considers COVID-19 to be a global emergency. Well, we're getting closer to having a COVID-19 vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration's Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory endorsed the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine for this younger demographic yesterday. The vaccine for this age group is 1/3 the dose of the ones currently authorized for teens and adults. California public health officials say the endorsement from the FDA advisory group brings us one step closer to keeping more of our loved ones safe and achieving full family protection. The FDA isn't bound by the panel's recommendation and is expected to make its own decision within days. If the agency agrees with its advisory board, the CDC will have to decide whether to recommend the shots and determine which 5 to 11-year-olds should get them. A previous study of elementary students found the kid-sized doses are about 91% effective at preventing symptomatic infection. The Biden administration said it already acquired 28 million doses and is ready to roll out the first 15 million shots as soon as it's approved. Almost 30,000 people got their COVID-19 booster shots over the weekend here in LA County. As of Sunday, a total of about 425,000 Angelenos got the extra dose. But with millions of individuals still not vaccinated, the county's public health officials continue to urge everyone who can to get vaccinated and get the booster too if they qualify for it. Of the 10.3 million LA County residents, almost 40% are not fully vaccinated. This includes 1.3 million children under the age of 12 who are not yet eligible for a vaccine. The Public Health Department believes about 3.6 million residents in LA County currently qualify for boosters. Boosters are available for people who previously got vaccinated with Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson. Those who got the J&J should get the extra shot at least 2 months after their first dose, and those who got the 2-dose Pfizer or Moderna vaccine at least 6 months ago are also eligible for a booster if they are 65 years and older, 18 and older and live in long-term care settings or have underlying medical conditions, or are 18 and older and work or live in high-risk settings. All who qualify can choose a different brand from their original vaccine as a booster. To make an appointment, just go to myturn.ca.gov. Well, chances are, if you went out in LA County recently for a drink, a meal, or a show, you had to show proof of vaccination. It became a county requirement earlier this month, and many businesses are taking it seriously. Health inspectors have been stopping by various establishments throughout the county and say, overall, the majority of them have been in compliance. Between October 16th and the 22nd, county inspectors visited more than 1,000 restaurants, almost 80 bars, close to 230 food markets, dozens of breweries, wineries, and lots of other businesses. Out of these places, inspectors noted that 82% of bars, 80% of nightclubs, and 86% of lounges did what they needed to do to check their customers' vaccine statuses. They say while the majority of businesses were in compliance, there is room for improvement when it comes to vaccine verifications at bars and making sure employees wear masks at all times. County health officials say business compliance is key to helping reduce the transmission of COVID-19. Speaking of bars and lounges, people have been drinking more during the pandemic, and that's leading to a huge spike in the need for liver transplants. Researchers say those receiving transplants or are on a waiting list due to alcoholic hepatitis are 50% higher than anticipated. Alcoholic hepatitis causes the liver to stop processing alcohol and could lead to irreversible liver damage. It normally takes years of heavy drinking to get to this condition, but it can also happen after a short period of excess. According to a study last fall, alcohol consumption rose among adults over the age of 30 by 14% during the pandemic, with a 41% increase in women heavily drinking. And those already coping with addictions struggled, with relapses and overdose rates spiking during the pandemic. The City of LA now has the largest guaranteed basic income pilot program in the country. The city is investing nearly $40 million to benefit 3,200 LA households. The Big Leap, which stands for Basic Income Guaranteed Los Angeles Economic Assistance Pilot Program, will give $1,000 in direct cash payments to families every month for an entire year. These payments have no strings attached and are given to families who were impacted by the pandemic and are living in poverty. The 10-day application window for this cash assistance program begins this Friday, and recipients will be announced in early January. The LA County Board of Supervisors approved a similar program earlier this year. It launched a pilot guaranteed income program that would pay $1,000 a month to 1,000 residents for at least 3 years. A virtual town hall will take place tonight to address the ongoing foul odor situation in Carson. It starts soon at 5:30 p.m., so if you are affected by the odor, this meeting will include the latest information and give the public an opportunity to ask questions. The LA County's Public Works and Public Health Departments, as well as the South Coast Air Quality Management District, will all be represented. The meeting will stream live online. The City of Carson declared a state of emergency due to the foul odor coming from the Dominguez Channel. High levels of hydrogen sulfide gas found in the decaying material at the bottom of the channel has plagued the city for weeks and displaced hundreds of residents. A reimbursement program is available for air filters and hotel stays. Torrance City Council members met last night to conduct city business. A couple of proclamations declared November 7th through the 13th as Military Veterans Appreciation Week and the month of November as Torrance Education Foundation Month here in the city of Torrance. The LA County Economic Development Corporation recognized the city as a finalist for the 2021 Most Business-Friendly City distinction. The LA EDC hosts the Eddie Awards dinner gala and ceremony to celebrate exceptional public and private leadership and those who have demonstrated outstanding contributions to economic development. The award ceremony takes place at SoFi Stadium on Wednesday, November 10th. And the Office of Economic Development presented its quarterly update, sharing the city's latest efforts to help existing businesses grow, attract new investments, strengthen infrastructure, and improve the local economy. You can catch complete replays of the City Council meeting on our website, YouTube, Facebook, and right here on City Cable. Well, before we go at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. A couple of local breweries brought home the gold at the San Diego International Beer Competition. Since 2007, hundreds of breweries from around the world have competed for top recognition, and this year, Hop Saint Brewing Company won a gold medal for their chocolate chip porter, and Absolution Brewing Company won double gold for their beefy McWhat Now and 405 IPA. The competition is decided by an esteemed panel of judges who used a blind tasting method to award the medals. Congratulations and cheers to Absolution and Hop Saint. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 Today. We'll see you back here tomorrow as Bella Shaw brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.